everyone, and welcome to NameHero. I'm Ryan, the founder and CEO. In today's video, I want to show you how to quickly and easily sign up for our high-speed web hosting. Each year, I refilm this video so I can explain some of the new features and also go through some of our policies and make things really easy. So if you've been on the fence about whether to sign up with NameHero or not, or maybe you're a current customer and you're looking to add another package, watch this video. It's going to show you everything. And then, of course, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section of this YouTube video, and I'll personally reply back. So to get started here, we are on the main page of NameHero, where we highlight our super fast web hosting, and I just refreshed it. So this top header normally features whatever special we are currently running. So we're in the midst of our winter sale right now, and we've got our web hosting starting at $4.30 a month. So this is a little bit more than 50% off. Now it's really important to mention that this is a new customer discount. So if you don't have an account with us and you're just getting started, take advantage of this. It's a huge discount. If you're a current customer, we run certain promos exclusive to our current customers, and so stay tuned to your email for that if you're a current customer and looking for a good discount to get started on another package or even to renew. But this specific video is tailored to the new customer discount, and I'll show that again as we go through the process. So feel free to browse through our main page. It shows all the services that we offer here, our hosting. Remember, NameHero is your one-stop shop for all your web hosting and domain registration needs. So regardless of what size your website is, we have a hosting package for you. Now, if you're just getting started or if you have a small to mid-sized business, most people like to start with our basic hosting plans. In this way, you can scale as you grow. All of our packages easily allow you to add more resources on the fly, so you don't have to worry about overpaying for a bunch of resources that you don't need. And you're going to get that same premium quality, though, as if you would go and spend thousands of dollars on your own VPS or even dedicated server. So I'm going to click Get Started here so I can go in and compare the packages. All right, so this is our basic hosting page. And again, 9 out of 10 people, this is where they start. But the first thing you need to do, and this will help you get started, is look at how many visitors your website's getting. So if you're just getting started, obviously it's 0. But if you have an existing site, pull up your Google Analytics. If you're using WordPress, it's likely you might have a plugin or whatever you use to track your visitors. You need to know that because that's going to help you choose which package is best for you. So I'm going to go down here, and we have 4 main different packages. And so we have the starter, the plus, the turbo, and the business. And so you can see the suitable for. Now, we by no means, we don't cap your visits. You might get way more visits than this, or you might get less. This is an estimate based on the amount of resources per package. So what we want you to do is we don't want you overpaying for a bunch of resources you don't need. We want you to find the perfect package, and then you can easily scale up as you grow along. That way your hosting remains nice and affordable, and you can focus on running your business without paying absurd costs for high quality hosting. So our starter cloud, it says suitable for about 10,000 visitors a month. So this is for our startups out there. So those of you that are just starting your business or starting your first blog or your first website, this package is something you need to be looking at. Now, this only allows hosting for one website. So that's why if you notice here to the plus, which is our most popular package, it's suitable for about 25,000 visitors a month, and it allows for 6 websites. So you can see this right below the US data center here, 1 website and 6 websites. The plus is the most popular because a lot of our customers, they might have 1 website right now, or even if they're just starting, they might decide they want to add another one later. So I know for businesses, a lot of them will want to have a different domain for a promotion. Let's say around the holidays, they set up a whole different domain just for whatever promotion they're running. And they want the ability to be able to host that without having to buy another hosting package. And it's just about $2 more a month in the grand scheme of things. And also it has a little bit more resources. So, 25,000 visitors a month. This is about 800 a day, around that range. So it allows you also some nice room for growth. So my opinion is if you're just getting started and you're only going to have 1 website, then go with the starter, but most people decide to choose the plus starting out. So again, look at your hits, look at where you are in your business, what you're doing, and you can make your decision there. All right, so aside from the websites, let's look at free domain. So you'll notice this on both the starter and the plus, 1 free domain. This is for packages paid 2 years or longer. So we'll talk about that here when we get down to the pricing. But so this includes a domain registration or a domain transfer. So those of you that are just starting your website, this is going to be some big savings here. Now, if you already have a website and you want to transfer your domain, let's say your domain's at your current web host, or maybe your domain's at GoDaddy, we can pull that in for free as well with the Starter or the Plus. And I'll give you the details as we move along. Now, all of our packages, and I'm going to talk more about the Turbo and Business after I get through comparing these, all of our packages allow for unlimited storage, meaning that we don't look at the gigabyte usage of your actual files, okay? So I know a lot of people, this ranges depending on what you're doing with your website. If you have a lot of pictures, or if your pictures are hosted somewhere else, or if you have videos, or if your videos are on YouTube. So we don't monitor that, but if you click this I, the information icon, you'll see a maximum of 250,000 inodes, and in parentheses you see files. Inodes are basically files, so the number of files that you're allowed to have in your hosting account is a whole. Now, the average WordPress website, 8,000, 10,000 files, that's about the average of a fully built site. Yours might have more if you have a lot of pages, but this also goes down to if you use your hosting package for email. So I know a lot of our customers, they decide to use Gmail or G Suite to have their own email service through that. If you're going to be using your hosting package for email, then that you take that into account because, as you get emails, that takes up file space. But 250,000 is quite a lot. We rarely run into customers that reach that. And if they do, it's because most likely they haven't cleaned out their email box. They are using it for email service and haven't kept their email box really clean. So that's the differences in these two. Now, when we get over here and talk about the Plus, these allow for 500,000 each. So it's double the number of files for the Starter and the Business. So that's the Turbo and the Cloud are kind of in a category of their own, and the Starter and the Plus are in a category of their own. So Starter and Plus are good for startups, small businesses, those that might already have a website but still not really off the ground, those that are just developing their business. And whereas the Turbo and the Cloud are more for established websites. If you're already getting a steady stream of traffic, maybe you're already earning revenue with your business, or maybe you have a service-based business, our plumbers out there, our lawn service providers, and you're looking to collect leads and all that, you're looking more towards that end. So I want to bring that in here as we kind of compare these. It's kind of the Starter and the Plus and the Turbo and the Business. All right, so all of them also allow for unmetered bandwidth, so we don't monitor the amount of bandwidth that you transfer. Here in 2020, bandwidth is cheap. Using content delivery networks such as Cloudflare, it's usually not a deal anymore. So we do not meter that, so you do not worry about your bandwidth. Now, the RAM. So you'll notice 1 gig of RAM, 2 gig of RAM, 3 gig of RAM, and 4 gigabytes of RAM. So this is the number of virtual memory that is allocated to your package that you can use at any given time. And so this goes right into how many visitors your site can serve. The more visitors your site gets, the more RAM, the more resources that it needs. Just like your computer. If you look at your computer and you look at how much RAM your computer has, if you have a lot, you can open a lot of programs. You can have a lot going on. If you don't have a lot, then you can really have to do one or two things at a time. So it's kind of the same here at NameHero, but we try to make this really simple because it's not like a computer that, the standard's 4 gigabytes at least in a computer. It's a lot different since we're on a Linux operating system, and also the website acts a lot different than your applications on your computer. So we try to make this simple by putting an estimated number of visitors. So in this RAM, you can easily track it inside of cPanel. So we give you access to your control panel where you can see how much RAM you're using in real time. So if you start to encroach on it, if you start to need room to upgrade, you'll see it. We're not going to suspend your site or turn you off. You'll see that you need to upgrade, and you can easily do it inside of our interface. This is one way that we give you your limits, and you're not overpaying for resources that you may not even use. A lot of other hosting companies out there, they do that, in my opinion. They sell you more than you need or even not enough. So at NameHero, we're very transparent with that. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 and 3, this is about the average usage for your average site. 4 gigs is going to be a much more powerful site. And 1 gig, again, that's for those of you that are just getting started, not getting a lot of traffic, maybe just developing or on a strict budget. All right, all the packages have free and auto SSL. You do not have to purchase a secure certificate anymore. Back in the old days of web hosting, and I say old days, but 2016, we came out with this 100% free. Your site will show secure. if you can notice up here in my window, you'll see the lock by NameHero. So you'll have that on your website. If you don't have this, Google Chrome actually has a not safe or not secure warning. So you don't want to have that. And that's free and automatic at NameHero for all the domains, all the subdomains that you're hosting with us. So you don't have to go configure or set up anything. It just automatically works and you have access to SSL with all of our packages. Okay, now each package has 3 essential features: the website toolkit, the security shield, as well as our superhero features. And I'll briefly highlight these. So our website toolkit, these are tools to help build and make your website experience even better. So one, we have a page builder. It's a drag and drop editor that easily allows you to be able to create a professional looking, beautiful website, mobilely optimized, fits on every screen just perfectly. Looks like a designer did it, but you can easily use this tool and do it yourself. So that's on all the packages inside the website toolkit. Now, a lot of our customers, and when I say a lot, I mean like 9 out of 10, use WordPress or a similar application in some capacity or another. Most is WordPress. So all of our packages have been specifically optimized for WordPress, but we also have in our toolkit a one-click app installer, staging, and updater. So when you go to install WordPress, if you're just starting your site, you can easily do it right inside of your browser. You don't have to download WordPress. You don't have to go set permissions or mess with a configuration file. Everything is done right inside the browser, super simple and easy. If you need to stage your website, which means that if I'm adding a new design, so for example, if I use NameHero here and I want to go redesign NameHero today, or if I want to go modify all these packages I'm showing on this video, I wouldn't want to edit my live site because visitors or customers may be coming to sign up or look at our packages and they don't want to see a half mangled site. So our staging app installer allows you to duplicate your site and put it in like a subdomain or another domain or a subfolder that people can't see. You can work on your site, add your new design, make the changes to your packages, and then when you're finished, you can publish them out to the live site and no one sees that you did anything. It doesn't interrupt live traffic. It's a huge feature, 100% free, super easy to use. As well as updates. If you ran WordPress before, it's very important to keep WordPress and all your plugins and themes updated. So with our auto updater, you can easily do that and make sure your site's up to date and secure without having to, again, download software, set permissions or anything like that. All of our packages allow for unlimited email, databases, and subdomains. So you're not limited to how many email boxes you can have, how many databases, or even how many subdomains that you need to use for your website. Our security shield, this is a bunch of different software vendors and also products that we have developed that allow to keep your website safe and secure. So we have an advanced firewall, which basically helps fend off attacks. So look at a firewall like a shield or, as it says, a firewall. So as attacks are coming in, and let's talk about what an attack is, just kind of briefly. It's like having a lock on your door. You have locks on your door because you don't want an intruder to come in and break in. That's essentially what a firewall is. It's a first line of defense against evildoers. And every website out there is a target nowadays. It's not because you have a certain type of website or you're live in a certain geographic region. These attackers, they just go out scanning the internet and blind facing, meaning they're doing it behind a terminal. So they're not even looking at sites. They're looking for networks to intrude. And so it doesn't matter what website you are. If you're out there, it's just like having your home. You're essentially a target for a robbery. So our firewall puts up that first layer of defense. And it's an advanced firewall, meaning that it's been tweaked, configured, and continually updated by our team. So we're always detecting and fending off new attacks. We have our intrusion detection and prevention. This is really cool because it utilizes artificial intelligence. So if a malicious actor, comes in and they try to break into your site, they try to guess your username or password, they try to exploit one of your scripts, we have a monitor on it that's monitoring this stuff in real time. And if it detects something, it will fend them off. But not only that, it looks at the behavior on how they came in and what they tried to do. And then when it blocks them, it learns off that. So it's getting better and better and better every single day. And again, this is 100% free with all of our packages. We have real-time malware detection. Sometimes there's some bad WordPress plugin developers out there, and they're selling you, or they might have a free plugin that's free on the marketplace. And when you upload it, it might contain some malicious code, and they could have been hacked. There's a number of different reasons for this, or even with themes. So if our system detects that you're uploading malware, it will stop you. It won't allow that malware to be uploaded. And again, that's free. Our proactive defense, that kind of goes into our advanced firewall and intrusion detective protection. We're proactively fending off attacks. So even while you might not even have a live attack on your site, we're always proactively working towards fending off attacks to your site to keep it safe and secure. We have a reputation management system. So if you've ever had a notice on Google, so Google, what they'll do is if they detect malware or anything malicious going on with your site, they'll show a red page if someone clicks it or goes to it in Chrome and says, unsafe site ahead. Our system scans for that all the time to see if your site's been flagged in Google's database. So, you could have something that from an old host or something years ago that had went on maybe maliciously, and Google's picked up on that and you might not know. So our system's always monitoring for that, so we can let you know if you're having an issue with Google or another type of antivirus program. Finally, we have auto application patching. So this is different from auto updates. If you're using a certain WordPress plugin, and this is for like the most popular ones out there, and a security loophole becomes discovered, our application patching will automatically patch that security loophole. Now you should always update it. There's never a substitute for not updating your plugins, but this at least buys you some time until you can do so. All right, so that's our security shield. And finally, we have our superhero features. This is some of the features at NameHero that are unique to us, that set us apart, because all of this stuff comes free. One is the Lightspeed web server, and you'll see it's highlighted at the top of every package. This is a drop-in replacement to Apache. It's up to 20 times faster than Apache. So Apache is what most other hosts out there like NameHero use, and it's just not as fast. So it's free at NameHero. It's not an upsell. It's a standard on all of our packages. So if you're comparing NameHero to another host, ask them, are you using Apache, Lightspeed? What are you using as the web server? This also comes with the free Lightspeed cache. So if you run a WordPress website and you've ever heard of adding a caching plugin to make it faster, to make it load better for your GT metrics or your page score, to get better search engine rankings, the Lightspeed cache, it's a plugin that's free, and it plugs right into the Lightspeed web server. And it's also been proven to be the fastest WordPress caching plugin on the market today. And so that works right with the Lightspeed web server. So these are two unique pieces of software that are 100% free at NameHero and will make your website faster. Solid state drives of RAID 10. So a solid state drive is a lot faster than a traditional hard drive. If you have a newer computer, you might notice, this is a lot faster than my old computer. And if you look at the specs inside, it's most likely that it has an SSD drive. That's the new wave. That's where everything's going. And if you have a host that's not using SSD, they are behind in the technology. So it's going to keep your site faster. If you're moving from a host that's not using SSD, you'll notice a huge difference in your speed load. All right, Cloudflare with Railgun. So Cloudflare is the world's most popular content delivery network. It protects against attacks and also helps load your images, your CSS, and JavaScript a lot faster. 100% free at NameHero integration. We also include their Railgun technology, which helps load your static resources from the data center closest to your visitors. The best way I'll explain that is our data centers are in Michigan, they're in Phoenix, and they're also in the Netherlands. So if your visitors go hit your website, I'm in Kansas City, and essentially if I hit NameHero, I would have to pull, my computer network has to pull the resources from our data center in Michigan. So there's a little bit of latency. Using Railgun, it actually pulls all those resources to Cloudflare's local data center in Kansas City. So when I access NameHero using Railgun, I'm actually loading those resources from a data center close to me, and it makes my site load faster. If you're collecting leads, if you're doing media buys, if you're advertising on Google, you'll have a higher conversion rate because of this, because people are able to access your site faster, it loads better, and just a better experience overall. If you go to Cloudflare to buy this, just with them, it's $200 a month in their business package. This is free at NameHero. Not the business package, but the actual Railgun that would come inside of that package. We have cPanel with Cloud Linux OS. cPanel is the world's most popular control panel. Cloud Linux is a secure, virtualized, containerized operating system. Keeps your site safe and secure. Allows you to use multiple versions of PHP. Easily install PHP extensions and all that stuff right inside of NameHero. And it's free and easy to use. We do nightly backups. We do weekly backups that are 100% free and complimentary. So each night your site's backed up, and we allow for 1 day's retention. And we also have 1 weekly backup, meaning that you'll have always a backup from a week and a backup from a day, 100% free of charge. We have 99.9% uptime. Website uptime, not just uptime, website uptime. Your website, you should expect it to stay online 99.9% of the time. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, we have a whole video and section of our website that explains how we monitor for that. And also we show real-time numbers so you can put us to the test. You don't have to take my word for it. Watch the video, view the reports, and come to your own conclusion. Our support, we're always available 24/7, 365. Give us a call, hit us up on live chat, or submit a ticket. We're always there, and we are ready to help you when you need it, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, even if it's Christmas morning. We are here to help. Okay, so that's all of these come with each package. And I think we've highlighted our starters. If you're just getting started, new website, the starter or the plus. Main difference being the number of websites you can have, as well as the amount of RAM. Again, I think most people choose the Plus Cloud package here at NameHero. And then we have our Turbo and our Business. So for those of you that are running an online business, or if you have a service-based business where it's you're getting a good bit of traffic, you're collecting leads, or using your website to take payments, or if you have an e-commerce store, you need to be looking at these two because they will allow for much more room for growth. They allow for more files, and the additional RAM helps things keep running even faster, especially if you're running an e-commerce store, WooCommerce or similar. Then you need to be looking towards this business end because you're going to need a lot of RAM to power all those products in your shopping cart and all of that. So that's where we see customers that are coming in and looking for these type of packages. Once again, look at your monthly visits. That's the first thing to do, is to start, how much traffic are you getting, and then deciding how many sites you need to host. So both the Turbo and Business are unlimited. So if you have 10 websites that need hosted, or 20, you could do it on one of these packages. Whereas the starter is 1, the plus is 6. Okay, so let's now get to talking about this free domain. So on all of our packages, you can register a domain for free as long as it's .com, .net, .org, and then we have a couple others like .biz and I think .co.uk. And I'll show you the full list on Signup. But these are only for people who pay 2 years or 3 years. If you're going to go yearly or month to month, which is available on these, then the free domain's not available. So let's talk about pricing. If you hover over Order Now at NameHero, you're going to see a couple different pricing options. And if you hover over each one of these, you'll notice the price changes. So you can see the longer you sign up, if I'm signing up for 3 years, the price is $4.30. If I sign up for 1 year, the price is $5.26. So at NameHero, we reward customers. The longer you sign up, the more you save. So you can see it's like this on every one of our packages, 3 years, 2 years, or 1 year. Now, it's important to note too, our Turbo and Business, these are the only packages available month to month. The starter and the plus, they start out as yearly packages. So it's at least 1 year, at least 1 year. If you want to go monthly, go with the Turbo or the Business. And of course, you're going to save almost $5 a month going 3 years versus month to month. So keep that in mind as well. The longer you save, the more, or the longer you sign up, the more you're going to save here at NameHero. If you ever need to upgrade, and if you're at the starter and you need to go to the Business, or if you're at the starter and you want to go to the plus, we will apply the amount you've already paid to that upgrade so your money's never wasted. So you're always, if you're easily able to scale upwards, upgrade, and save money at the same time. Now you will notice if I select like 1 year, you can see domain not included. If I select 1 month, the domain's not included. As I said at the beginning of my video, if you already have your domain, you don't want to register a new name, you can use this to transfer in your domain, and it also renews the domain for a year. So say you have your domain's at GoDaddy and you've paid all the way through to the next year. If you transfer it to NameHero, we will manage the domain for you, but we'll also renew it for another year. So no time you've already spent it, or the money you spent at GoDaddy, that still applies. And we just add more. So you're never losing anything you've already paid for if you transfer a domain in. But it's just important to note that you have to sign up for at least 2 years or more to take advantage of that promotion. And finally, back to our coupon code. This is our winter special. It's 52% off on all of our packages, and this is for your first invoice. So with the Turbo in Business, if you go month to month, the first invoice is just that first month. The next month, it will renew at the normal rate. So if I click at the month rate here, you can see $14.38. That's going to be my first month. And then the recurring is down here at the normally rate. So this normally rate is what it normally is. This is showing our special rate right now, and it's for the first invoice. So also, if you sign up for 3 years, you're going to pay this $9.58 a month for the whole 3 years, because your first invoice is going to be the entire 3 years versus that first month. So I hope that makes sense. The discount is for your first invoice. The longer you sign up, the more you're going to save. So, and I already said, if you sign up for 3 years and you decide in 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years that you need to upgrade because your site's getting big or you want to have hosting for more, we will apply what you've already paid to that next invoice, to that upgrade, so no money is wasted and you can easily upgrade and save money at the same time. So that's how the discount works here at NameHero. If you have any questions on that, let us know. I hope I tried my best there to explain it to you. So most people, again, they start with the Plus or the Turbo, depending on what they need, depending on how many sites they need to host, how big their current site is, and how many visitors they are receiving. So I'll just go with the Plus here for my demonstration. So I'll select Order Now, and I'm going to do 3 years because I want to save more. Okay, so now I have 3 different options here. One, I can register a new domain. Remember, if I sign up for 3 years, that domain's included, so it's a free registration. I'm going to save about $15 for a year by going with that. And again, that's for the first year registration. It renews at the normal rate, which I'll show you on the checkout. And this applies to .com, .net, .org, Mobi, US, Biz, and .co.uk. So I know there's a ton of GTLDs out there now. There's a GTLD out there for football, for gosh sakes. So we can't, unfortunately, it would be impossible to cover all those. So we just stick to the most popular ones. .com is the one I use, but you might use a different one. So these are the ones included in that promotion. So if you want to register a new domain, the free ones pertain to these TLDs, and then you would just select these here. So you would type in your domain you want to register in this box. The second option is you want to transfer your domain from another registrar. So as I mentioned, if your domain's at GoDaddy or if it's at your current host and you want to move everything over, you don't want to have hosting at NameHero and your domain of GoDaddy, your domain with HostGator or whatnot, you want to move everything to us, which I recommend. It makes it much easier, not only for billing purposes, meaning you only have to pay one bill, but also for support. Because if your domain's at GoDaddy, your hosting's at NameHero, and you have an error here, an error there, it's hard to relay with everything. But if everything's at NameHero, our team can easily walk you through almost every situation that you're going to run into, or if you run into one. So I recommend doing that. If you have a domain that you want to use somewhere else, I recommend transferring it to us. And then finally, the third option, if you already have your domain and you just want to use it as is. So you might already have a domain with NameHero, or your domain might be with GoDaddy, or it might be with Namecheap, and you say, I want to see NameHero's hosting performance before I move everything over, and that's appropriate. The only thing is you have to update your name servers at wherever that domain is. So if your domain's at Namecheap, once you sign up for hosting at NameHero, you have to log into Namecheap and update your name servers. If your domain's at GoDaddy, you would sign up with hosting at NameHero, and then you would have to go change those name servers. It's super simple to do, but it's just it's an extra step that you have to take care of if your domain is not with us. Now, for my example here, because I'm going to go ahead and do a full sign up, my domain's at NameHero, and I already have a demo account set up. And so if that's your case too, if you're a customer with a domain with us, then you can log into your account and use that. So my example domain is going to be webloggy.com. Make sure I spell it right. Okay, so I'm webloggy, and then the .com goes right into there. So this is the name of the domain name, and then the TLD goes in the second box. Don't combine these because that won't work. Also, you don't have to put www or HTTP. Just put the actual domain name in here. All right, I'm going to click Use. Okay, so now it's going to give me a summary of the Plus Cloud, and we've already talked about this. Now, one thing I did not mention was we do have a Netherlands data center. Let me go back and just show that really quick before I forget. If you go down here, you can see Show Netherlands Data Center Packages. You can click that, and it changes the data center on the packages. So you can see US, Netherlands, US, Netherlands. And so that's for our customers that are international, that are not in North America. You probably want to buy hosting in Netherlands or in our EU data center because the latency is going to be less. Yes, our hosting is extremely fast. Yes, we have these tools, Cloudflare, Railgun, and all this stuff to make your site fast. But also, if you want to make sure your data center is closer to you, for example, if you're going to be uploading files or using FTP, then that might make more sense. So that's how you do that. There's no difference in the price or features other than just where geographically your server is going to be located for you at NameHero. So that's the difference there, and you also summarize here on this. So you can see by default it is United States. And you can also test that speed. If you go over to our About Us page, you can download that or ask our team and they'll send you that speed test link. All right, so the Plus Cloud allows for 6 websites, unlimited storage, 250,000 files, unlimited bandwidth, 2 CPU cores and RAM, Lightspeed Cache, Cloudflare, and free SSL. Okay, now I've got some options. Would you like to add Drop My Site auto backups to your primary cPanel? So we have complimentary daily and weekly backups. These are free. If you want to add up to 30 days retention, meaning 30 days of backups, you can do that with our third-party vendor, Drop My Site. So, for me, you can never have too many backups. The complimentary NameHero backups, they are wonderful. I mean, they are super easy to use and super easy to restore from and easy to manage. Now, I still recommend that you should keep your own backups. You should use someone other than NameHero to keep your backups. Some people decide to use a WordPress plugin and send it to Amazon. Some people send it to Dropbox. Some people download them on their computer. But you should keep backups outside of NameHero. It's just smart business. Keep your data at another place. So this is an opportunity to automate that. So if you don't want to worry about, having a plugin or another configuration or downloading your own backups, then Drop My Site's a third-party vendor, trusted third-party vendor that's directly integrated with NameHero, and you can use their service. It's a little bit extra, and these are per month, so how much it costs per month to integrate with that, but it'll automate that extra backup process. So not only will you have NameHero's complimentary free backups, but then you'll have an off-site vendor to where those backups are automated and stored. If you want to do it yourself, then that's completely appropriate as well. You can do that and not add that onto your package. I'm going to select 5 gigs of backup space additional, but again, it's up to you what you decide to do. It's $1.99 a month for those. But again, if you want to add it, you can. If you want to wait till later, you can. If you need more than 5 gigs, you can always add it at a later date. Would you like to add a dedicated IP address? So this is for those of you that are going to be using your hosting package for email. So when you send out emails, and it comes from a shared IP address, meaning that the IP address is used for other websites. It doesn't always have the best email delivery because it's a common practice for people that spam. And so even though you're not spamming and we're not spamming at NameHero, we all kind of get penalized for the behavior of the bad ones, right? The whole crowd gets penalized. So if you want to give outward servers the appearance that you have a dedicated server, a dedicated sending IP, then you want to say yes. So basically, the easiest way I can put this, are you going to be sending lots of emails? Are you a business? Is it very important to you? Or are you going to be using your email at all? If you can answer yes to any of those, you should probably get it. Again, you can add that later on. It's $4 a month. Now, again, these are going to be discounted with our winter promotion. So remember, 52% off. So it's about $2, less than $2, and also about $1 here. So this all goes into consideration with that discount. Do you want to add automatic malware scanning with file cleanup? So we already have malware detection, but if you want the ability to clean up malware, so we see this sometimes with customers that are moving from another web host. One of their plugins got infected with malware, or their WordPress site has malware, and they need to clean it up. Well, we actually have technology at NameHero. They'll scan your site. see if it detects malware, and if it does, it'll clean the malware up. It won't delete the files, it won't break your site. It'll actually go in and it performs surgery, so to speak, to your files and removes the bad code while keeping the good code. You can add this at a later date, or if you're running WordPress and you've maybe dealt with malware before and you realize how expensive that can be once you get it, you might want to choose it now. So it's up to you whether you want it or you don't, or you can add it later. Finally is our, and I'm not going to check it here for my demonstration video. So for SSL certificates, as we mentioned, or as I mentioned at the beginning, Let's Encrypt Auto SSL is free for all domains and subdomains, 100%. Now, if you want a more premium certificate, we call it a global sign domain validated, and this is a lot of e-commerce or business websites. They don't want their site to show Let's Encrypt, because Let's Encrypt's a free and open source authority type deal, and some more bigger businesses accepting credit cards, they want a privately signed certificate. So it's kind of an extra step of validation that's involved in that. And so if you want to add that, you can as well. Most people choose the free option, but if you are looking for that premium SSL, then you can select it here. All right, continue on. All right, so now we can review what we've purchased and get ready to sign up. So let me just go through the order summary. So if you're signing up for the first time, you know what to expect. So we had the Plus hosting. We're going to use our domain we already have. We got our backups. We got our dedicated IP. We didn't do the malware scanning, and we just stuck with the free SSL. So our price for 3 years is $681.84. And again, this is 3 years of hosting, 36 months. With our 52% coupon right now, it's $354.56 off. So tremendous savings right now. And again, when you watch this video, it might be in the summer, it might be in the spring, and I can't guarantee that's 52% off or even 50% off. This is what we're running right now in the wintertime. Take advantage of these specials while they last. We typically try to have new customer discounts that are pretty aggressive year-round, but unfortunately, it is what it is when you watch this video. So if it's 52%, I'd say go for it. But if not, unfortunately, we can't do custom promos just because you saw this video late. Okay, so my total is going to be $327.28. This is for 3 years. I won't have to pay hosting again for another 36 months. The coupon's automatically applied, and I can see my savings. Again, this is the new customer discount. If you're an existing customer, we handle promotions and extensions and all that fun stuff a different way than coupon codes. Check out. Okay, so now this is the page where you enter your information to get your account signed up. So there's some things that I want to just mention. One, if you already have an account, click already registered and then you can log in. But if you're watching this for the first time, you're going to need to fill this out. So I want to just briefly go through these fields because they're important. Obviously your first name and last name, your email address, make sure this is valid. So this is where you're going to get your welcome email. This is also going to be how you can get your all the information about your account with NameHero. This is how we communicate with you. If you misspell this or you enter an email address you don't check, we're not going to be able to communicate with you. You're not going to get important emails that you need. So please double check that. Your phone number, we're not going to call you. We're not going to harass you. We might call you for order verification, but we're not going to sell your information and you're not going to publish that out anywhere. But you do need to have a valid phone number. So please make sure that this is valid. Billing address, so this should match the information on your credit card statement. If you have a company, put your name there. If you don't, then please enter your address, your city, and you can choose your state and your zip code, and of course your country. So make sure this matches the information on your credit card statement, or if you're paying with PayPal, make sure this matches the information on your PayPal account. If it's different, then you might run into an additional approval process that kind of makes signing up last a little bit longer. It's not instant. So make sure that this information is complete and also accurate. Next, we ask, how do you find us? So we would appreciate if you could just fill that out, that little brief survey, if you would be so kind. It helps us to kind of see where you came from and allows us to tailor our marketing efforts in certain channels. So we ask if you would do that for us, that'd be great. Support PIN, this is a 4-digit PIN. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is when you call into support, or if you're on live chat, or you're talking to our support representatives, or if you get locked out of your account, they're going to ask you to verify this 4-digit PIN. So make this up, but it's 4 digits, write it down, keep it somewhere to where you're going to remember it. Because if you lose this and you get locked out of your account, it's quite the process for us to verify your identity. I mean, you have to upload your ID. You have to send us all kinds of different information about your account. Keep it easy. Write down your support PIN. So you would just enter that 4-digit code in here. Okay, then account security, your password. So I recommend using our password generator. If you click generate password, you can see it'll make you a nice secure one. And then it'll allow you to copy this. So you can generate a new one, generate a couple times, get one that you like, and then you could copy it using this button, and this will insert it for you. So then you could paste this into your notepad document or into your password manager, but you should always use a unique password just for NameHero. This password should not be used anywhere else, and you should not be able to remember it. You want to have a very strong account password. So please use the password generator. Please, please, please. I promise you won't regret it later on. Write it down, print it out, keep it somewhere safe, and don't make it one that you're going to remember, because you want to keep your information safe and secure. Finally, this is how you pay. So if you're paying with credit card today, you can see the summary. Here's what's going to be charged. Here's what you saved. And here's where you enter your card number. So your card, your expiration, and the number on the back. So it's a three-digit number on the back of your card. So like where you go to sign your credit card, your Visa or MasterCard, it's going to be there. If you're using an American Express, it's the 4 digits on the front of that American Express. Obviously, if you're buying NameHero hosting, you've probably shopped online before, so you should know what a CVV is. But any questions, feel free to let us know. If you want to pay with PayPal, then you're going to pay after you submit this. So this will redirect you to PayPal after you complete order. And same with Coinbase. So if you want to pay with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, any of the popular cryptos out there, you can use Coinbase. Now, it's important to remember, I don't know why this rumor got started or is out there, paying with Bitcoin doesn't mean it's anonymous hosting or anything like that. You still have to go through our fraud verification. You still have to sign up under the name, whose legal name that you are. Don't sign up for a fake account, because your order will be picked up as fraud and it will not go through. So, I love crypto because I really feel like it makes things super easy to pay and buy stuff online, but I also don't like that those try to use it for malicious intent. So if you're trying to sign up at NameHero, you have malicious intent. You're thinking you're going to sign up using crypto and you're going to hide your identity. It doesn't work like that. We have fraud prevention in place. We will catch you. We will not get your account online. So please, if you're going to use crypto, great. I love the technology, but make sure that when you enter your information here, this is the same information that you have on file with Coinbase, or if you're using a cold wallet, that's fine, but make sure you're using your real information here. If you're using fake information, your account's not going to be approved. It's not going to be activated here at NameHero. So make sure this is you. This is your real information. Okay, so finally, if you want superhero specials. So I've mentioned a couple times through this video on exclusive specials we have for current customers. Since I showed you on the website the discounts for new customers, if you want to make sure you stay in the loop for the latest and greatest specials at NameHero, make sure to keep this yes, so you'll get an email from us when these happen. If you click no, then I can't guarantee you're going to get those specials, because I don't post a lot of them on the blog, I don't post a lot of them on YouTube, and don't post them on social media. So I send those individually into emails, so make sure to keep that on yes. Okay, the last part of this, the last two pieces. I've read and agreed to terms of service and payment policy. So let's click over. Okay, so I know a lot of people, and I'm doing this off of feedback, they just skip through this stuff because when there's an issue, they say, I didn't know that, or, how come you did that? Please take a moment to review our terms of service, our payment policy, so you know what we allow, what we do not allow at NameHero, because when you check yes, when you check this is just like legally signing a piece of paper with these terms, okay? This is how it works in the online world. When you click check, this is the same as taking your signature and signing it in the offline world. So when you're checking this, you're saying, yes, I've read it, I agree to those terms, and if you don't read it and you don't agree to them, well, you just said you did, because it won't let you complete until you do. So please go through and browse through this so you can see what we allow, what we do not allow, how old you have to be, and all of that stuff. And I'll briefly summarize. guys, if you're looking to do malicious stuff, go somewhere else. I've seen everything you can imagine almost, and we will catch you. So if you're going to spam or you're going to set up some type of website for malicious intent, if you're trying to, use copyrighted material or anything like that, we will catch you. We will shut you down, or we won't even process your order if you, just don't do it. Okay, go somewhere else. Don't come to NameHero, because you're going to pay and you're not going to get your money back if you're doing fraud, and it's going to be a bad situation all the way around. So read through this, but just in general, if you're going to do something bad, don't do it with us. We do not allow adult hosting. So if you have a pornographic type website, adults only websites, 18 or older, that type of material, we do not accept that stuff. I have no judgment or anything against that. Your business is your business, but at NameHero, we host websites from all kinds of different categories, and we'd rather not to have that on our servers. There's a whole different level of compliance that needs to be taken care of if you're going to do that stuff. So please don't come to NameHero with that, because we do not allow adult content. So adult pornographic type content. If you have any questions on what your site falls into in that category, please shoot us a live chat or a call or an email, and we'd be more than happy to review your site and to look at it. So just keep that in mind, because that is important. Probably the next thing is our payment policy. So we do have a video, and I'm about to refilm this for 2020, but we have a 30-day money back period. So when you sign up, when you pay, you have 30 days from the day that you sign up for a refund. So you have to cancel your account and then request a refund. So let's talk about the terms of this, because this is probably the biggest one. When I see a 1-star review at NameHero out on the internet, it's because people are pissed off about our payment policy. So I'm going to try to explain it again in this video, and I'm going to explain it more and more and more in our new sign up videos, so people understand how the payment policy is here at NameHero. And if you don't like it, there's all kinds of web hosts out there, but we have to have one policy to put out there. It can't be just case by case, this user, that user, because it's an accounting nightmare. So we're happy to offer a 30-day money back period, but these are limited to one per customer. So if you sign up for NameHero and you cancel and get a refund, and then you come back 6 months later and you sign up and you want another refund, it doesn't work like that. Limited to one per customer. If you have multiple services, so if you sign up for a Plus Cloud, a Starter Cloud, a VPS, it's not all those services. It's just one of the services. This is essentially allowing you to try NameHero, to look at our speed, look at our uptime, and see if it's the best fit for your business. This is very easily abused amongst those who may buy and they're thinking about starting a new business, but then they sign up and like, oh crap, this is going to be a lot of work. I don't want to do it anymore. I need my money back. That's not what NameHero is. This is for a trial period to see if the services are going to be a good fit for your business, and something that unfortunately gets abused all too often. If you do get a refund, we have a small setup fee. So it's $8.95 for shared and reseller customers and $19.95 for VPS customers. So if you do sign up and you need that refund, we do exclude an $8.95 setup fee for our web hosting and reseller hosting, and $19.95 for our virtual private servers. So this just covers your initial tickets and anything that you may have signed up with. That is just taken out and deducted from your money back during that money back period. But with that said, we do not charge a setup fee. So if you're going to sign up with us, that fee is waived. It's just for that if you request that money back refund after 30 days. So please note that setup fee would be deducted outside of your money back period. These do not include the cost of additional services purchased. So domain registrations, domain renewals, migrations, dedicated IPs, Lightspeed licenses, or any other additional services. Unfortunately, a lot of these include third-party vendors such as Drop My Site, and we have to cover those fees no matter what happens. So the refund is limited to your hosting. A written request must be sent separate from your cancellation request. So when you cancel in the NameHero interface, if you decide to cancel, you need to send a written request using this link here. This link will go right to it, which will create a ticket with our accounting team so they can send back your money, so they know where to send it to. So it's separate from your cancellation request. This is a specific request that pipes right into our accounting team. And that way they can see, so-and-so, needs their money back, and, here was the services and all that. Once they receive this, they will, once they approve it, and their approvals happen really within 25 minutes, you will get an automated message saying the refund's approved, and you should receive the funds back within that 31 days of that request. So it goes into a queue, and then you will get an email when that's finished. All right, so refunds are sent within 30 minutes of receiving the request and not granted for terms of service or AUP violations. So if you're going to do malicious stuff, we do not provide refunds to scammers out there. Again, if you're looking to scam or do something malicious, don't do it at NameHero. We're not going to provide you a refund if you're coming on to do something bad. We don't want bad actors. If you're a bad actor, please, there's tons of hosts out there. Go somewhere else. Please don't try it here at NameHero. All right, then we also have some more details in here about our promotions, late invoices, and domain registrations and renewals and all that. But it's just important to understand how that works. So if, I'm confident, I know you're going to love our hosting. But if something doesn't work out, if you decide that, something happens in life, we get it, life happens. That's how you take advantage of that 30-day period to get your money back and to go about canceling your account. You have to submit a cancellation request for the account and then the refund policy directly, the refund request directly to our accounting team. Those two things get overlooked, and they're probably still going to be overlooked after filming this, but still wanted to put that out there. Okay, the final thing is your IP address is logged. So you can see mine displayed here. So your IP address and this check, this is essentially like signing that contract in real life. So if you're going to go buy a car and you sign on your contract that you're going to pay this for your car, this is that same thing here. So your IP address is logged. It's in a secure environment, and this way it helps us to cut back on fraud. If your IP address does not match your information here, so if you're filling out your billing information but you're located somewhere else, your order could be flagged as fraudulent. So I'm in Kansas City, so if my IP and my address is not Kansas City, the order might not go through, and I might need to send my ID to the billing team. So just keep that in mind too when you're going through this, that we're trying to cut back on bad actors that are not being truthful and honest here. So please use your real information and everything should work just fine. But everything is being logged for your safety and your security. Okay, so now that we've explained that in pretty good detail about how to check out, how to sign up, and what you need to do, I'm going to just go ahead and pause this video for a second and complete my example sign up. I'll enter all my information here, and I'll show you what it looks like on the other side once you've signed up with us here at NameHero. All right, so now I've completed my sign up. I filled out all my information and my account's live. So once you've done this, you'll see this brief survey that comes up. Now at NameHero, me being the CEO and founder, I'm telling you right now, I am obsessed with high customer service, high customer support, and having, a really good team that surrounds us that can help you. And so one of the ways that we help service you better is we want to know how your experience is thus far. So if this video helped you, if, one of our sales team's members helped you, we certainly do appreciate 5 stars here. If something happened, feel free to reach out to me, Ryan at namehero.com. Email me anytime. Let me know. I'd love to help you. But feel free to call us or even live chat us if you need immediate assistance. But if you did have a really good experience, we appreciate all 5 stars. And you have an opportunity to leave a message. This is to be shared with those that are coming, to paying it forward, those that may come after you. Let them know what you think of our service here at NameHero. We certainly appreciate these. I love reading these. And so trust me, everything you write in here goes right to my personal email, and I read every single one of them. So I certainly do appreciate that. And finally, this is not a requirement, but we'd love to hear, why'd you choose us? Was it this video, or were we recommended by someone you know? Again, that just helps us, the company, and we certainly do appreciate that. Finally, if you want to enter your name, you can. Your email will be populated in. I'm using a demo account, so just my demo email. This is not for marketing or to sell you anything like that. This is just to follow up about the quality of your order. So, don't hesitate to enter your stuff in there. It's not for marketing purposes. Finally, if you don't want to do it, and we have customers sometimes that say, I want NameHero to prove themselves before I fill out a survey, we'll email you this later on if you don't want to do it now. So just click the X and you don't have to do anything. Okay, so my order is confirmed. And I have my confirmation. Now, if for some reason your order is not instantly activated, we might need additional information from you. So if you ordered a VPS or dedicated, sometimes of those we may require a little bit more information to make sure the service is deployed correctly. So if you have any issues with that, let us know. But 9 out of 10 orders are instantly activated and you should have your welcome email. So just have some patience. If it's not, though, we might need a little more information. But again, most people, you should have your welcome email by now. And I'll also show you where to check in the dashboard. So I'm going to click Continue to Client Area. Okay, so for mine, I've got a couple different accounts because it's my demo account. So I'm going to go to the one I just bought. So if I click Cloud Web Hosting, this is where that lives. And I just signed up with Webloggy, so my Plus Cloud. I'm going to click it. Okay, so I can see here it's active. It's a green active. If this still said pending, then we might need some more information from you, or your order has triggered something that our team has to look at to complete the setup. Most people, again, it's activated instantly, but others we might need some more information. So we'll be sure to let you know if that's ever the case. But this is a dashboard for your hosting. So this will allow you to keep track of your disk and bandwidth. Again, we don't limit this, which you can see, but it just lets you know what you're currently using. It allows you to, get a nice view of what you currently have on your account, shows your primary IP address, what server you're on or what node, as well as your name servers. So the most important thing in here is going to be, well, one of the most important things is your name servers. Remember, when I signed up, I chose the third option that I already have my domain and I'm going to update my own name servers. So if you didn't register your name with us, or even if you didn't transfer it to us, you could update your domain's name servers. And this is what connects the hosting to your domain. This is what allows you to buy a domain at GoDaddy, but have hosting at NameHero. Or if you are transferring your domain, it takes about 2 or 3 days for that transfer to go through. If you want to start using it today, right now, then simply go to wherever your domain is and just update your name servers. So since I'm in NameHero, I'll show you how to do this in our interface. If you buy your name with us, it's automated. But if you didn't buy a name fresh, then you have to do this manually. Okay, so since my domain's with NameHero, I'll have this button here. It says Manage Domain. I'm going to click it. Let's give it a second to come up here. While that loads, we'll talk about this for a second. Down here, you have the option to log in to cPanel, visit websites, as well as your login details. So cPanel is where you're going to control the entire domain, where you're going to set up your files, install WordPress, set up your email accounts or subdomains. It's basically the full control panel for that site, for the specific hosting package. So that's where you log into it. And we'll go into it as soon as we update our name servers. Visit website, this is just where you go view your site. My example was Webloggy. So if I click that, it just takes me to my site. Manage domain, this is only if that domain's at NameHero. If I registered it or transferred it to NameHero, I'll have that option. If not, you have to manage your domain wherever it is, whether that be GoDaddy or Namecheap or your old host. Finally, login details. This is a username and password to your account. In order to see this, you'll get it in the welcome email, but that's it. We won't send it ever again. So if you lose that, or you want to see it in the interface, you have to enable two-factor authentication on your phone. So two-factor means that when you log into NameHero, you have to use the Google Authenticator code to provide a unique 6-digit code from that app on your phone, and that keeps your account safe and secure. So you would just click over here to enable that. And you would just basically click here to enable. You'll use Google Authenticator, click Get Started, and you scan this. So you basically download this app on your phone, scan this, and it'll give you a 6-digit code to enable it. Basically, it means that when you log into NameHero, you use your username, your password, and then you use this unique code. So that way, if someone for whatever reason would guess your username and password, they still could not get into your hosting account without your device. So this stuff here is only on whatever smartphone you have. And it's got a private key. It just stores on whatever your iPhone or smart device you have. And so it keeps your account in your hands and your hands only. Highly recommend it. You will not be able to see this stuff unless you have that enabled. For security. Okay, so let's change those name servers now. So these are my 2 name servers. So I clicked my domain right here, and I'm going to click on name servers, and I'm going to click use custom, and I'm going to input these here. So paste, and my other one is 74. I'm going to copy here and paste. All right, now I'm going to go down here to change name servers. All right, so now once this is done, my domain is now connected to my hosting. Okay, so let's go back to our hosting, change successfully. Okay, so when you do this, if your domain's existing, so meaning if you've already had your domain and you just change your name servers. Now, when you do this, it is going to put the hosting and the domain together. So if you haven't uploaded files yet, people aren't going to see your website. So only do that if this is like a new website or if you don't care for it to go live before you put your files on it. Now, with that said too, it may take a couple hours for that to be live. Once you make that change, there's a period called DNS propagation. So right now, if I go to webloggy.com, it's probably not going to show up just yet. It's probably going to take another hour or two. So I always tell people, once you update your name servers, go take a coffee break, go chill for a little bit and then come back to it. But if you're moving files, if you already have a website and another web host and you want to migrate those files over, please update those files or upload those files before you do that so your visitors aren't sent to a blank page. If you are moving from another host, we do offer complimentary migrations. You would go to Support, Tickets, Open a Ticket, Migrations. Okay, so this is our migrations ticket area, and we have a policy on migrations. They are free within 30 days of your account. So the first 30 days, we'll give you a free migration. We have some terms here. Now we're reworking these to make these a little bit different because now things obviously change a lot. And so for 2020, we're redoing our migrations policy. So I'm not going to highlight this too much. There will be a new policy, but it's going to be a lot different. But basically, the gist of it is within the first 30 days, you do have an opportunity for a free migration. So you scroll down here and you would enter the information that's required for us to pull that data. So one, your name and email, that'll be populated. Departments, migrations, related service. So mine's going to be the webloggy. Priority, you put it, high, medium, or low. Subject, just new site, new migration. This is where you can leave specific instructions from our team. Hey, I'm moving my site over from HostGator, or I'm moving my site over from GoDaddy, or I'm moving my site from SiteGround. Please migrate when you can, or, please migrate in an hour, or please migrate this weekend. Any detail you want to leave us there. But then we have specifics. So like the domain you're migrating, the control panel login from your other web host. So, if you're using HostGator, to log into your cPanel there, or whatever host or URL you use to get to your control panel, the username and the password. Please input those and please test this. Make sure that this URL, user, and password work. I know we get a lot of these requests where this stuff doesn't work and it just puts a huge delay in the migration. We'll move your data over. We'll get it over as quickly as possible. But if this is wrong, then we have to go back and forth and tickets to get that right. So please check that before you send it. We did have some terms, that you're aware that you will not hold us accountable for any lost data. We migrate accounts on a best effort process, okay? Most accounts, 9 out of 10, everything migrates just fine. Everything's perfect. But please have your own backups and everything in place just in case things go weird on us. I haven't seen this, I don't think, ever happen in the history of NameHero, but we do put that warning up there that migrations are on a best case, they're on the best possible scenario. We put our best effort, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's on a best effort ability. We're not entering into a contract with you. We're saying that we will try our very best, which most of the time, no issues there. And then we have our terms of service regarding migrations, and you can read through our TOS to get all those fine details, but that just says that you've reviewed that. And then if you need to add any files or screenshots, do that and click Submit. Okay, so if you just signed up, you're probably in a super big hurry to get off your host and get on NameHero. We ask for 24 to 48 hours for a migration. Most of the time, they're turned around within an hour or 2 hours. If you have a lot of data, a lot of pages on your site, it might take 5 or 6 hours. But most of the time, we turn these around really quick. As long as that migration request is detailed and correct, we can get that over to NameHero pretty quickly. But we do ask, please allow for 24 to 48 hours in case we run into something weird. Sometimes it happens, most of the time it does not. So just keep that in mind. Once that's submitted though, our team will communicate with you. You'll get processed over to our migrations department and they will help you get your website. They'll let you know when all your files and when it's safe to change these name servers. Just don't change these though until your data is migrated over and until they've given you the go ahead that it's all safe. Okay, the final thing here on our setup video I want to discuss is cPanel. So I'm going to click Login to cPanel. Now remember, you're going to get another email with links and credentials and all that stuff that has these URLs individually. But I personally like just to click on from the account because it keeps things in one place. But this is where you're going to manage your entire NameHero account. If you look here on the right side, you can see this is the information about your domain. The SSL is not going to, it says no valid certificate. That's because I haven't changed my name, or my name servers haven't propagated yet. This takes the same amount of time for that to propagate, for that secure certificate to generate. So in order to have the SSL, you have to have your name servers changed, and it's got to be propagated. So again, an hour, 2 hours, and then this will change to locked, and this will be green. Here's going to be your IP address, your home directory where your files are located. This is where your last login IP is. Theme, this is just one. We have one theme here, so that's kind of irrelevant. Server information, if you want to see that. But the important thing here is your statistics. So remember, the number of files in your account for the Plus was 250,000. So this allows you to keep track of that. Your disk usage is infinity, MySQL's infinity, my bandwidth is infinity. Add-on domains, you're allowed to have 6. Subdomains and all the other good stuff is unlimited. Your CPU usage, so this will let you know if you need to upgrade to the Turbo plan from the Plus, or if you need to upgrade to the Business. If this is starting to become 100 of 100, and it's in real time, so there's no usage now because there's no site on it, this will let you know that there's, you're using resources. Same with the entry processes and our RAM, our IOPS, IO usage, and number of processes. So this is real-time actual usage of your site, which these will actually turn yellow and then they'll turn red when you've reached limits. So this lets you know that it's time to upgrade to the next package. Contact our team if you have any information or any concerns about this, or if you have any question if your site's ready to upgrade or not. But this is one way that we're very transparent here at NameHero. When I first started NameHero, I started hearing all these horror stories of people at other hosts whose accounts were suspended for too much usage, but they never told them what the usage was. They said, your site's using too much usage, you're suspended until you buy a VPS. I don't think it's very fair. So at NameHero, we show you exactly where you are in terms of limits. And if these start turning yellow, then you know it's probably time to start looking at upgrading. Or if you're not experiencing a surge in traffic, you might have a bug in your code. So you could reach out to our team and they might be able to point you in the right direction if it's a software bug or something like that. Okay, so that's the most important part of cPanel, is looking at your usage and your information. But the next is looking at your files. So this is where you would manage all your files. And I'm not going to go into each one of these in detail because I've got other videos to do that. And I don't want to make this too much longer than it already is. But this is just where you would manage all your files. Jet Backups, where you manage all your backups. Our complimentary daily and our complimentary weekly backups can be found in here. Our billing and support. So if you need to submit a ticket, if you have knowledge-based questions, if you need to manage your billing information, manage your credit card, all done here. If you need to upgrade or downgrade, to transfer a new domain in, can be handled here. Databases. This is where all your databases will live. So if you're using WordPress, WordPress is twofold. One, it's a set of PHP files. Two, it's a database. The database stores all your posts, your pages, all your content, your information. So if you need to manage those, you can here. Domains. Remember, this account allows for 6 domains where you're using one, so you can have 5 more. So you can set this up in here. Email, if you're going to be using your account for email, this is where you would set up those accounts and check those email addresses and configure your spam boxes and all that stuff, or forwards. Metrics, if you want to look at your how many visitors your site's getting or anything like that. We also have our resource usage down here too. You can use these tools to do that. A lot of people like Google Analytics. That's what I like myself. But there's tons of tools out there nowadays, but these are also free ones that automatically just work on your hosting account. We have the security section. So this is in that Security Shield product that I highlighted. You'll see Immunify 360, Mod Security, and you can go through those as needed, the 2-factor auth, your SSL, all that stuff. So feel free to go through theirs and check out the security features. Software, you're going to see this is where you're going to find things like Cloudflare, Softaculous. This is where you're going to install WordPress, and I'll show that lastly. Website Titan, this is the free page builder that you get access to, the drag and drop editor. And again, I've got tons of videos showing all of this stuff, so feel free to go through those in detail on our YouTube channel or ask our team if you have any questions. But anything that pertaining to software, the site's found here. We have our Lightspeed Cache Manager and cron jobs and DNS, all that stuff there. And then our preferences, password, contact info, our styles and language and all that stuff. Finally, this is, we highlight our one page or our page builder, Website Titan. So this just shows you if you want to build your site from scratch using our page builder, these are some pre-installed themes that you can select and start using. So we kind of highlight them here a little bit bigger so you know you can do this. If you have a flooring business, boom, you can have a professional site in a couple minutes. Softaculous, this is if you want to install WordPress. So most customers, 9 out of 10 are using WordPress. This is where you would go to install WordPress if this is a new site. So if you want to install WordPress for the first time, you click that, click install now. This is where you would do it. And you just simply fill out this form, put your domain, what the name of your site is, the description, create your admin account, select one of these free themes if you want to use one of these, and click install. And this will install and set up WordPress for you. And you can use obviously it uses the latest version. There's no hard, tricky permissions or configuration files or anything like that. WordPress can be installed in just a couple of clicks. And likewise, outside of WordPress, there's all kinds of different scripts available for one-click install. So we have a shopping cart, PrestaShop, Joomla, PHPBB, Open Real Estate, SMF, WHMCS. You can see all these applications you can also install with one click. If you want to go through categories, you can click like blogs. Show you all your options in Softaculous. So it's not just one-click WordPress install, it's all of these applications. So you might be using a different piece of software and you want to install it this way. So if you have a script you're looking for, you can search because it might surprise you how many have the one-click installation available. So if you're using something currently on your site that you want to install, it's worth checking in here to see if you can install it with one click. Softaculous will also help you keep that updated, secured, and where you can stage it, clone it, do all sorts of fun things with it that will save you time. All right, so that is the setup for our web hosting here at NameHero. This has been updated for 2020, and in future years I'll do more videos updating this as we add new features. cPanel is where you control everything. Pretty much everything related to your package can be accessed inside of cPanel. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Our team is standing by 24/7, 365 at the top of the page here. Here's our phone number. 855-984-NAME, which is 6263. Click here to spawn a live chat. You enter your name and email and start chatting away. Or you can click support. We have a knowledge base and we're adding tons of new categories. We're still working on adding all of this here, but there is hours and hours and hours of videos through here. So start clicking and checking this out. Go down to the bottom to our YouTube channel, and there's also hours of videos in there too. So a lot of your questions, if you just search them in here, they're going to be answered in our knowledge base. But if you need an extra push, if you need a little bit more help, our team's available through call-in, chat, or help desk. There's several options to reach out to us here at NameHero. We want to see you have an excellent experience. We really want to be your partners in your business. We want you to be with us for a long time. So we are here to help. There's tons of stuff out there, but if you need us, we've got your back. So feel free to let us know anything. And if you have any questions about this video, if there's stuff I didn't explain just right, or if you still have any questions or concerns before you sign up, comment on this video. I would be happy to reply to you. Now, please note, I'm not going to be able to reply back instantly. I normally get to them in a couple of days max, but I do try to reply to every comment on our YouTube channel personally, so I can help you out, because I definitely want to clear up anything if you have questions or doubts with us here at NameHero. But besides that, thanks for watching. We look forward to your business. We look forward to working with you. Once again, I am Ryan Gray. I'm the founder and CEO here at NameHero, and thanks for watching.